Hi, my name is Michael Meineke, and this is the practical section of Unit 9.
I'm Alex Smith. You now know I'm being recorded for the assessment.
Hi, Philip. Welcome back.
Hey, Michael, how are you?
Not too bad. How about yourself?
Yeah, alright.
You've been well since last time I've seen you?
Yeah, I've been alright.
Been alright?
Yeah.
Getting there?
Not getting there, but, hanging in.
Well, it's good that you're here because then we can address everything and work forward. Like, you've already taken the great step of actually coming and wanting the help, so I really want to work for you and make sure we get you on track.
Cool.
So, after last time we did our proper assessment, our backstory, so I could gauge what's going on. But today we have to do like a test. It's not really a test. It's a questionnaire. Now, this questionnaire is to get me to realise where you're at and what we can go forward with. It's a cognitive failure questionnaire. So it's pretty much seeing where your cognitive functions are at. Do you have any questions about that or nothing? No? So pretty much...
I guess I'm just wondering why I would need to do it, because there's nothing wrong with my head or anything, like I'm fine.
It's got nothing to do with if it's wrong or right. It just needs to know, it gives me additional information to know how to to go forward with your case. What would be the best options to go with? You know what I mean? So we can tailor it a bit more to where you're at.
Okay, and is it going to affect my payments at all or anything? It's not going to stop me?
It's not going to affect your payments. It's not going to affect you going through with any more services. It's not going to affect anything. It's just literally so we can have the information. We go, alright, so this works and this works, where you're at, and we can deal with a plan. Now, this questionnaire, I will score it. The score is, it's a normal test, for people with...
Is there a fail pass?
There's no such thing as a fail and pass. It's a guide. It's not any reflection on you as a person, and it's not any reflection of you, your anything at all, pretty much. It's just a reflection of how you work and where we're at and where we need to start with.
Okay.
So as you know, this is so we can go forward, and we've got a lot of support systems. We've got a lot of links to housing, employment providers and stuff like that, healthcare, disability care, mental health care if you need it. And I'll let you know that the scoring system, at a certain point, our organisation actually says that we have to refer you to a psychologist for a proper assessment. But again, that's no, you think of what you've gone through. You've been through this for 20 years. There's going to be some kind of damage to yourself. You know what I mean? So have you got any insight on any of that?
No, let's give it a go.
It's good to go? Okay. So I'll ask you 25 questions. Now, number 4 is very often. Quite often is 3, occasionally is 2, very rarely is 1, and never is 0. So if you actually just say the words, don't worry about the numbers are not.
I think I might be better with the numbers.
You're better with the numbers? Okay. So 4 is the worst, 0 being least, and you get what I'm saying. Okay, so do you read something and find that you haven't been thinking about it and need to read it again?
4.
Do you find you forget why you... Sorry, my printer's a bit iffy and it's hard to read sometimes, I'm sorry. Do you find yourself going to one end of the house to the other without knowing why you've done it?
2.
Do you fail to notice signposts on the road?
2.
Sorry, my printer's pretty rough. Do you find you have problems with left and rights when it comes to directions?
4.
4. Okay. Do you ever bump into people?
3.
3. Do you forget whether you've turned off lights or a fire, or like locked the door or turned the stove off, things like that?
3.
3. Do you fail to listen to people's names when meeting them?
4.
Do you say something and realise later that it might be taken as insulting?
2.
2. Do you fail to hear people speaking when you were doing something else?
3.
3. Do you lose your temper and regret it?
4.
Do you leave important letters unanswered for days?
4.
Do you find you forget which way to turn on a road that you know well but barely use?
2.
Do you fail to see what you want in a supermarket even if it's there?
3.
Do you find yourself suddenly wondering whether you've used a word correctly?
3.
3. Do you have trouble making your mind up? Just in general, I think.
4.
4. Do you find yourself forgetting appointments?
4.
Do you forget do you forget where you put something like a newspaper or a book or like a remote or something like that?
4.
4. Do you ever accidentally throw away stuff you want to keep and accidentally keep what you want to throw away?
2.
2. Do you daydream when you ought to be listening to something?
4.
That could be something you're doing right now.
You'll never know.
Do you find yourself forgetting people's names?
4.
Do you start doing one thing at home and get distracted into doing something else unintentionally?
3.
Do you find you can't quite remember something although it's on the tip of your tongue?
4.
4.
I do that so much.
Yes. To be honest, so do I. So. Do you find you forget what you are going to the shops for?
2.
2. Do you drop things?
2.
2. Do you find you can't think of anything to say?
3.
I'll just take a second and have a tally of what this says, and then I can let you know what you think. So if you just bear with me for a second. Okay, so through this test we've come up with a 74. So let's get rid of this paperwork here and file that away into your thing. Now this will be kept on file.
Yep.
So I also let you know that no one will see these responses. This will be kept in a locked file, and only with your consent will people be able to see this. So don't feel like this is judging you as a person or anything like that. cool with that?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Alright, so with that, I will have, through our policy, I have to refer you to a psychologist,
Yeah.
but we need to, because I think that actually, with your previous, what you've told me previously about your anxiety,
Mhm.
I think, which you believe is your major cause of starting drinking, is a good place to start anyway,
Mhm.
because I think that's the main need here.
Yeah.
So then, do you agree we should go with that?
Yeah.
And I think the fact that you have the time to work with this, because one of your major strengths is that you have a support base at home,
Yeah.
you have stable housing, and you actually don't have to worry about a job at the moment. So I think that sounds like a good thing. Does that sound good to you?
Sounds like a plan.
Awesome. Well, I'll refer you to a psychologist, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, Michael.
Thank you very much for coming, Phil.
Thank you.
No worries. Right, so this is part 2. Part B, sorry. Hey Phil, so great to see you again.
Hey, Michael. How's it going?
Not too bad. I understand you've been doing a lot better.
Yeah. I mean, I've been really trying to put in the effort, so it's sort of paying off a little bit.
And so since we referred you to that employment agency, I understand you've gone to quite a few interviews and stuff. How's that been going?
Pretty good. I've got a couple of job offers, so just sort of like weighing up what's best for me and what my options are at this stage.
It's so awesome.
Yeah.
I just want to let you know that I feel it's amazing how far you've come, and that you should be really proud of yourself. Like where we were when I first met you, compared to where we are now, like I don't think you would be able to be in the position you are if you didn't put the work in yourself. Like I think it's amazing,
Yeah.
and I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah. But yeah, so so you haven't been feeling overly anxious about the employment or anything?
I guess anxious in terms of I don't know what's best for me at this stage. I don't know what choice to make. But really, it's been more of like a confidence boost than anything.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, tell me about these your options that you've had.
Okay, yeah. So there's one, and it's pretty close to home. It's
Yep.
like 20-minute walk, and it's basically a local takeaway shop. I mean, it's full time, so that's pretty good.
That's pretty
You know, takeaway.
good.
And then I've also been offered like a part-time job at a restaurant, but that's an hour away on the bus.
Yeah.
So I just don't know what's going to be better for me, or if I should just sort of wait until something right comes up.
Okay, so let's look at the positives and negatives of each one.
Mhm.
So your first one, what are you thinking is the best, the positives about this?
How close it is.
Yeah.
It's full time. That's
But-
really it.
Like because it's a takeaway and you used to be a chef, you feel like it might be.
It's a little bit like, it feels like a little bit like, not beneath me, but like,
but not where you want to be,
yeah.
which I understand.
Yeah.
So with that, I'm assuming working at the restaurant would be a strong positive, it being an actual restaurant,
Yeah.
which I understand would be great. But how do you feel about the travel and the part-time?
I mean, it's only part-time, and that's 2 hours of travel every day. And you've got to pay for the bus, so...
In saying that, at the moment you don't need a job, so you are financially secure. So, but in saying, and you were thinking of weighing up whether you might just wait it out,
Yeah.
because yeah, well, there are positives and negatives of each.
Mhm.
Good thing at full time, it does get you going and it will make you feel confident because you're there, but you might not feel like, you might feel a little bit like, I'm not happy with this, I don't like going to work. Like, But again, you never know that until you try it. Good thing is full time, and you can still look at other options while you're there. But you can say that about part time too when you're part time. So, what are you thinking? Which one would you feel better?
I'm kind of leaning towards the part-time because I feel like maybe it would lead to something else after that. As opposed to just waiting for something to happen. I might have to start making it happen.
That definitely sounds like a good way to go. I think your reasoning is good. Like, just the fact that you're getting back in there and you're looking at the positives of it. Like, it is, like, it's part-time, but it could be full-time. In time, you put the work and effort in. Like, and it's not like it's like it's not capable of you. You worked as a successful chef at a popular restaurant. Like, that's a pretty good thing in your resume. If you show them what you're made of,
Yeah.
that'd be great. So yeah, I think that's a really good way of looking at it. So, do you reckon you could do the hour bus? That's not that big of a deal.
I feel like I might as well try it.
Yeah, I think that would be a great idea. To try doing that, and then since that we only see each other every month, how would you like to? What do you think would be a good idea of us managing, like rating your success of how this is going?
Okay, that sounds like a good idea.
Like, do you reckon we should have a meeting every month and you can tell me, or would you feel like, because it's very early on in the job process, that you want an extra meeting? So we can maybe even a phone call and we can see where you're at, and then we can work on more getting you a different job if you don't like it, or if you're feeling overwhelmed.
That might be a good idea, like the check-in.
Yeah. So I might check in with you after the first week and a half-ish on the phone, but we'll keep our monthly meeting, as I want to keep this going because I want to make sure you keep going with your sobriety and it's going forward. I just want to say again how amazing it is, the progression you've made. It's amazing. Within a few months you might not even, not that I wouldn't want you to come and have help, but you might not need us anymore, and that's my favourite thing about doing this.
Okay, look, thank you so much for everything.
No worries. So I'll see you in a month and I'll check in with you within a week after you make your decision, and we can, like I said, we can always discuss other options if you don't like this particular restaurant. So, well, thank you very much for coming in, Phil, and hopefully we'll be speaking about good news in a week and a half.
Yeah, look, awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.